Hi friends, welcome to Shyam Institute. We are going to discuss 29th April current affairs. So have a look on these highlights of the day. International Dance and Singing Day observed on 29th April. And next one, Udan program. Udan, we know this as Ude Desh Amagarik. Ude Desh Amagarik Udan program. And red crowned roofed turtles. Red crowned roofed turtles, we discuss about this. What is the speciality of those turtles, we will discuss. And the Sachet application, this was officially launched by the Prime Minister of India, announced by the Prime Minister of India, we will discuss about it. And Vaibhav, fast century in IPL, fast century in IPL. So in addition to this, then we will discuss some more points. Have a look at this one. Bandar Abbas port. This is this particular port is in news we have. So what is the speciality of this Bandar Abbas and then why it was in news, then we will discuss first. This is the way how then this particular port looks like. This is the transportation, a cargo movement and those here. Have a look at this particular one. Recently in this particular port, sodium perchlorate rocket fuel. Sodium perchlorate rocket fuel was spilled, which was spilled in this particular during transportation it was spilled, and then this is the general fuel used in missiles, like whatever the missiles then we apply or we use in warfare. In that particular missiles, the fuel is this particular sodium perchlorate rocket fuel. So here then this particular Bandar Abbas is located in Iran's Shahid Razi port, is a part of that. Bandar Abbas port is a part of Shahid Razi port of Iran, and it is a part of that, as I mentioned, which locates this particular Bandar Abbas port locates the western part of the west side of the Chabahar port. Chabahar port is located in Iran, is a very famous port. Chabahar port. This is India's first international port. Chabahar port is India's first international port. India constructed a port outside India. This is the first one. That is Chabahar port, which is constructed by India in Iran for transportation purpose only. By avoiding the Pakistan, it will take a sea size, and then it will move from Iran to the Middle East Asia. That is the context. So here like this particular fuel was spilled in this particular water, that particular sea. So anyways, then which affects the species of living species of that particular sea in general. Here like this particular port, this is located in between, this particular port Bandar Abbas located in between Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman. Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman. And these two, in between these two, then this Bandar Abbas port is located. So it is a part of Iran. Is a part of a particular port called Shahid Razi port of Iran. And then we discussed one more port, that is Chabahar port. Chabahar port is India's first international port constructed in Iran. Second international port constructed by India, that is Sitwe port at Myanmar. Sitwe port constructed by India constructed at Myanmar. There is a context here we have. Moving to the next one, red crowned roofed turtle. Red crowned roofed turtle. This is according to IUCN red list, IUCN red book list. This particular turtle is in a critically endangered position. So most dangerous zone. So this number is coming down year by year. That is the point here we have. And then these particular turtles are very limitedly, they are like very less number available in 3 countries. That is India, Bangladesh and Nepal. In these 3 nations, these are available. These crowned turtles or red crowned turtles are available, and very less number, very quite less number. There is a reason they are critically endangered. And then why these particular red crowned roofed turtles are in use at present? Like if you observe this recently, then around 20 these red crowned turtles they moved to Ganga river in Uttar Pradesh. You might hear about a Changal river, that is a place where located in Madhya Pradesh, is a hub for these type of red crowned roofed turtles. Chambal river, Madhya Pradesh it is in that particular river, then those several these particular turtles are observed. But here, like these red crowned roofed turtles, recently 20 in number, they immersed in Ganga river of Uttar Pradesh. They asked this one only, Uttar Pradesh, where then these particular turtles are joined or immersed or moved, that is Uttar Pradesh. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one. Mahadan Wolf Sanctuary, this is located in Jharkhand. So then generally these particular wolves are very rare in model. In India only one sanctuary for these particular wolves, grey wolves we call. This particular sanctuary was started in 1976 and then it is near to Pulma Tiger Reserve of Jharkhand, and then here like which is near to the Burwa river, and then these particular animals are these wolves are protected under 1972 Wildlife Protection Act. This particular sanctuary was established in 1976. Only one sanctuary for wolves in India, only one sanctuary. And to protect these wolves, grey wolves, one special person of IFS officer, Indian Forest Services officer, worked a lot. He is called SP Shahi. SP Shahi is the India's famous IFS officer. Only then he is a man behind this particular wolf sanctuary in India. He is the person. You can look at this guy. There is a specialty of this particular sanctuary, and generally Sun of Faith. The Sun of Faith is a winter season in this particular forest. During that period, these tribal groups then who live in the nearby that particular sanctuary, they completely then stop going to the forest during that period. That is called Sun of Faith. In that particular period, this breeding of these particular wolves takes place in general, and at the same time then ferocious activities of wolves will be observed during that period. That's why then they won't enter into the forest, and then it's a kind of protection as well, protecting them as well. So then that is the context of these wolves. Mahadan Wolf Sanctuary, that is located in Jharkhand. That is a place, there's a point. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one. Uduran Amagarik has completed 8 years. Udan stands for Ude Desh Amagarik. The main motto behind this particular program introduced by the government is the common man as well then should reach the aeroplane, should go by aeroplane. There is a context here. So that with this particular idea, the Prime Minister of India introduced a concept called Ude Desh Amagarik. So that particular first phase of this particular program was officially introduced in 2016. Program was introduced in 2016, but the first flight from Shimla to Delhi, it travelled from Shimla to Delhi in April 27th in 2017. April 27th, 2017, the first flight from Shimla to Delhi, then it's travelled. That's the reason this April 27th specially observed. And then with the recent April 27th Sunday, then to this particular Sunday, it has completed, this program has completed 8 years, 2017 to 2025, 3 plus 5, 8 years completed. That's the point. That's why it's in news. Like if you observe the civil aviation strategy, civil aviation standards of India, then earlier it was in 2014, the number of aeroplanes, the airports in India were only 74, and the number rose to 159 in 2024. That's a specialty. Okay, that's the reason then how the Indian government is focusing more and more on civil aviation and the construction of the ports. It may be greenfield or brownfield. That's a context. Moving to the next one, Sachet App. This is the app in general used for, Sachet App is used for identify or early alarm to the natural disasters, early alarm to the natural disasters. That is the context of a Sachet application. Yesterday we discussed one application, that is Akshvi. We discussed Akshvi application. Yeah, this is the one, Akshvi. Akshvi, officially the purpose of Akshvi is that finding out the causes of disaster, knowing the reasons for the disaster. Recorded information we can get, that is the intention of Akshvi. Akshvi is a digital wallet. Akshvi is digital wallet, we discussed yesterday. Similarly here, like Sachet application, this is a natural disaster alert application. Natural disasters here, cause and reason for the disasters, that's the only difference. But here, like this Akshvi was introduced by a non-governmental, non-profit organization, NGO, non-governmental organization, that is called SEEDS. SEEDS stands for Sustainable Environment Ecology, Environment and Ecology Development Society. Sustainable Environment and Ecology Development Society, that is SEEDS. That is a NGO, non-governmental organization. Particular organization introduced this particular Akshvi. But here if you observe Sachet application, this was introduced by NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, National Disaster Management Authority, which is located, which is the headquarters located at Delhi, New Delhi. There is a point. This has application released in 12 Indian languages, and then this application related information was announced by the Prime Minister of India during 121st Man Ki Baat program, which was recently then commenced. That was on 27th 4th 25. There is a context here we have. Moving to the next one, AI Kiran Initiative. This is the initiative introduced for the women leadership in artificial intelligence, to improve or increase the women leadership in artificial intelligence. That is the objective here. And like artificial intelligence market, if you observe, it's growing like anything. $17 billion, it's going to reach $17 billion by 2027. So by keeping that in mind, the government is focusing more and more on women leadership in artificial intelligence. That's the reason then we have started discussing about this one. If you observe the statistics, only 33% of the women are leaders in junior level stages, and around 19% of the women leaders are there for us, 19% of the leaders in senior level, and around like 65% of the men are directors or heads of a particular organization, around 35% women are heads of different organizations, less than that as well. So then to clear that gap, disparities as well, then they introduced a concept called AI Kiran Initiative by the government of India. Have a look at this one. The Vaibhav Fast Century in IPL. The yesterday's match, if you observe, like which was held between Rajasthan Royals as well as Gujarat Titans. The player Vaibhav Suryavamshi belongs to Rajasthan Royals, beated like 100 runs in 35 balls. That is a special record. In Indian concern, this is the first youngest person as well as a top fastest cricketer. But in overall wise, the Chris Gayle has got that particular record. Already he got this particular record, Chris Gayle of the Royal Challengers Bangalore player. In 2013, he reached this, he attained this feat on Pune Warriors. The particular venue was, that particular stadium was Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bangalore. This particular event was happened. And the second person at present in all categories in IPL, all categories, so Vaibhav. And the third person is Yusuf Pathan. India wise, second person Yusuf Pathan right now. Earlier Yusuf Pathan was a top person in Indian context. So Yusuf Pathan third, David Miller fourth, and Travis had fifth position. That's the one. So here, like you can observe this, this event was, this feat was noted on 28th April. and he belongs to Rajasthan Royals, defeated Gujarat Titans. The particular event was held at Savai Mansingh Stadium of Jaipur. That's a point here we have. Next, some additional points we will see. Then have a look at this particular special things of Vaibhav. The Vaibhav 14 years 32 days boy created world record as the youngest player to score the century in T20 cricket history, and this record was previously held by the India's Maharashtra player Vijay Jol. Record, that is 18 years 18 days record holder, earlier record holder from Maharashtra. But this guy Vaibhav achieved this in 14 years 32 days age. This is the age, okay, that is the context. And Vaibhav holds the distinction of being the youngest player to score half century and a century in IPL. Previously the half century record, this is a century record, half century record is there on a name of the Rayan Parag. This was in 2019, this was in 2013. And Vaibhav also recognized as the Indian player who second the fastest century in IPL. And then Vaibhav broke the record held by the Yusuf Pathan, 37 balls against Mumbai Indians in 2010. And Vaibhav is the second fastest player to score century in the IPL after Chris Gayle. This is a point we discussed. Okay. Moving to the next one. Yeah. At the age of 72, climbed Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro is a place, generally then you can observe this one. It is located in, this is Mount Kilimanjaro, which is, this is the Kenya we have. This is Kenya, and this is Tanzania. So this is this particular mountain located in Tanzania. Recently this Vija Singha, she is 72-year-old. She climbed this particular mountain which is located in Tanzania, African nation. So that's a special thing, very special thing here. 72-year-old, then climbing a mountain is really tedious task. Their health should support, and then that conditions are very different compared with the normal temperatures and those. So then anyways she achieved this particular feat, and then several specialties are there in her career. She is a famous athlete one way, and she since 2013 she has been in a trekking practice, and then at the same time she said this is possible. She said this is possible only because of the parents' genes and the meditation, food, all these things. Then if you manage, certainly then these things are very easy. Then she said, there is a context. Name is important. Vija Singh, Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Moving to the next one, have a look at this particular one. International Dance and Singing Day observed on April 29th. International Theatre Institute introduced this particular day, observed this particular day, and the particular ITI, International Theatre Institute, ITI is a partner of UNESCO, and the theme for the 2025, a dance's unifying power to transcend culture and geographical boundaries. I repeat, a dance's unifying power to transcend cultural and geographical boundaries. There is a context here we have. So moving to the next one, have a look at this book. I am on the hit list, is it? I am on the hit list. I am on the hit list is a book written by the author is Rollo Romig is the author, and this particular book is all about the death history of Gauri Lankesh, famous journalist Gauri Lankesh. This particular book is all about her, and then which reveals the hidden conspiracy, how then she died, and then the related information is incorporated in this particular book. I am on the hit list, written by Rollo Romig. Is all about Gauri Lankesh. She is the South Indian famous journalist. She belongs to Bengaluru, and she passed away in 2017. She was murdered in 2017. that was a cold murder. Okay. And moving to the next one, the one more book, the tiger share. The tiger share, generally then we heard about the lion share, but this is the tiger share. The tiger share is a book written by Keshava Guha. Keshava Guha written this book, the tiger share, the tiger share, tiger share. So then the theme of this particular book, or the motto of this particular book is how to leave the disparities between men and women, how the women should be encouraged from house to office. This kind of information incorporated in this particular one. So anyways, then we have to focus on the author. Author is Keshava Guha as well. So these are current affairs for the day. We will meet in the tomorrow session with the continuation of this one. Thank you and all the best.